Welcome to episode 1 of the Modern Agile Show. Very excited to be here. I am coming to you from Berkeley, California. I am making this show with my colleague, Lael Gold. Say hello, Lael.
Hello.
Lael will be helping on a lot of these shows, so you'll probably be seeing her at some point too, just not today. All right, so shall we get started?
Please.
All right, so we're beginning with a story about why Modern Agile, why are we even here today, right? Did I get that right, Lael?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been involved in the Agile software development movement since the late 1990s. Before it was even called Agile, we called it lightweight software methods, and we were basically finding ways to do a better job than even waterfall processes, the old analysis, design, develop and test approach. And so it started out being called lightweight software methods. It eventually got named Agile. And today, 2016, it is an entire industry. All kinds of things have occurred. We have new tools. We have enterprise frameworks and all kinds of things. The Modern Agile Show is getting us back to some of the lightweight nature that started out in the 90s. And it's also modernizing some of the things that we've been doing all along the way here. Some of the things that some cutting edge companies and pioneers, innovators have done to make Agile even better. So we'll be talking a lot about technique. We'll be talking a lot about the pioneers of the field. We'll be looking at some incredible authors and what they have to say in their books. Lots of things to help you in your practice of Modern Agile get a whole lot better.
Josh, can you tell us what Modern Agile is? Give us an overview.
Sure. So Modern Agile is 4 principles, okay? First one, make people awesome. This comes from Kathy Sierra, wrote a book called Badass Making Users Awesome. And our focus is, how do we make people awesome? How do you make the user of your software, for example, awesome at their job? Just because you made an incredible product for them makes them awesome. But we go beyond just the user. How do you make people awesome? How do you make your stakeholders awesome? Maybe the managers in your company. Maybe your coworkers. How do you make everybody awesome? Make people awesome is our goal in Modern Agile. Make safety a prerequisite is the second principle. This is really foundational to the whole idea. Okay, it's human dynamics and the safety around interacting with people, whether that's in the office or your users. And it's the safety of the product you're producing, right? How easy is it to modify? How easy is it to change it? How safe is the product for the end user? So it's both human safety and actual product or service safety. Make safety a prerequisite is a major focus. How do you get there? How do you make people awesome and make safety a prerequisite? You often have to experiment and learn rapidly. That's the third principle, okay? Experiment rapidly and learn rapidly. Do both of them as rapidly as possible, right? Early Agile tried to increase the feedback loop, right, to be much faster than waterfall. Experiment and learn rapidly is also focused in that same area, trying to learn really rapidly what we need to do to produce awesome results. Finally, we have deliver value continuously, the fourth principle. This one is critical. It's one of the reasons we're here today. We're trying to deliver value to you in this show. And our focus is not to have the most perfect production quality. We just want to get you some value as quickly as possible. Deliver value continuously. Get value into your customers' hands rapidly, every day, ideally, a continuous flow. So those are the 4 Modern Agile principles. We'll be spending many episodes diving deeper into them.
Josh, how does Modern Agile relate to the Agile Manifesto, and where did you recently encounter that question?
Okay, great. I was just on the East Coast at a large credit card company. I gave a keynote speech on Modern Agile there. Thanks to everyone for inviting me to that talk. Someone asked me a question there during the Q&A, which was, how does this relate? How does Modern Agile relate to the Agile Manifesto? Now, as many of you may know, the Agile Manifesto was written in 2001 by numerous practitioners, and the focus there was, it's really called the Manifesto for Agile Software Development. That's the official name of it, okay? It was very focused on software development. It's a wonderful document. It's an important historical item. And it's just different from Modern Agile. Modern Agile has recognized that first, we are doing this Agile stuff in many different areas, from sales and marketing to human resources to actual manufacturing, right? Not just of software development. So the movement has gone way beyond just software. That's one. Two, the principles of Modern Agile are somewhat related to the 4 values described in the Manifesto. However, they go further and they're not so software-centric. Okay? Make people awesome, make safety a prerequisite, experiment and learn rapidly, and deliver value continuously. These are the modern ways we think about how to become Agile, how to be Agile. So it's a little different from the Agile Manifesto's software focus. That's primarily it. That's really the major difference there. I don't think it nullifies the Agile Manifesto. I think that if you're just looking to do something in more of the modern style, the modern Agile principles are where you may want to look.
And Joshua Kerievsky, who are you?
Who am I? I love to talk about myself. No, I'm not. I have been programming since I was a little kid. I took the first computer science AP course in the United States that had never been offered before. I started programming in college to make money and loved it. That is professionally. And I started my company in 1996 after working on Wall Street for many years. Been running industrial logic. I started in a little tiny studio in Manhattan, and now built it up to a multi-billion-dollar company. We work with all kinds of industries, from advertising to automotive, healthcare, entertainment, manufacturing, many different areas, finance as well. So I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a software developer, I'm a process geek, very much into lean and agile. Any ways that I can produce products and services faster and better, I love it. So I'm also a dad. I've got 3 daughters. One of them you might have seen in the video where she's riding her bike. That's Eva. And what else? I'm a pet owner. You may see my dogs at some point in some of these episodes.
And Josh, were you going to tell us about a book that you've remembered and worked with over the years?
Yes. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about this book right here. It's Slack. Okay, it's a fantastic book. Yes?
Your fingers were covering the title.
Oh my God. Slack. Tom DeMarco, one of the legends of our field. Incredible book. And I wanted to just expose you to a little bit of this book in this first episode. This book is a must-read, by the way. So what I want to expose you to is a section here which relates to the principle, make people awesome. All right, so basically, Tom DeMarco was getting married. He was on Prince Edward Island, and the day that he was getting married, they took some photos, he and his fiancée. They never really got a great photo of them together, but they got one photo of her and one photo of him with a wonderful background, okay? And, you know, they wanted a photo together on their wedding day, so, you know, what do? Well, this was back a few years back, okay, and they had Photoshop. And Tom DeMarco goes on in a passage in this book about how awesome Photoshop made him. He was able to superimpose a picture of himself next to his fiancée on Prince Edward Island using Photoshop. Now, I know today we're like, yeah, Photoshop, big deal. But back then, think back a while back, okay, it was absolutely groundbreaking, okay? He writes in his book things about Photoshop that are making him awesome. It's unique. When it first appeared, it was utterly unique. It redefines the whole notion of photo processing. It even redefines the way you think about photos, right? This ability to just merge things in. It allows you to do things that were barely imaginable before. It is deeply thought out. In particular, its use of channels is almost infinitely extensible. It is fully implemented. For example, its undo feature can undo anything, any complex action. Okay, we may take that for granted today, but back then, unlimited undo with anything was a big deal. So, and he goes on, he's got 9 points about how awesome Photoshop made him and makes him. So, that is really one of the major focuses of this principle, make people awesome, okay? Build something that's so awesome for people. It makes them amazing, right? It made him amazing on his wedding day. One other small quote from the book I want to share, and this is about safety. Tom's got a whole chapter called Fear and Safety in his book. And one of the things he says, and I recently tweeted this, is the single must be present ingredient of successful organizational change is safety. Safety is definitely one of my most passionate topics. I see it as the gateway to excellence. If you can make things safe, you can become excellent. If you're interested in more about this topic, highly recommend getting Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, and read the chapter about Paul O'Neill and the company Alcoa. It'll show you how incredible safety is to achieving high performance. So, a couple of chapters from Slack. We'll be looking at many other books and probably get even deeper into this book at some point. I'm a book lover, so you'll have to see a lot of that in this show.
I think that's it, Josh. Do you just want to tell people how they can stay connected to us and keep seeing for future episodes of the show?
Absolutely. So, if you want to stay connected, first off, go to ModernAgile.org. We do a lot of things there, post a lot of new articles and videos, and of course there'll be episodes of this show there. Also, if you have a question, we would love to answer it on this show. All you need to do is either video your question or submit it in some social media gathering and use the hashtag ModernAgileShow. And we'd be delighted to answer it, so that's another way to interact. That's about it. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.